Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley, the finest church in Texas. I really feel that way. I apologize. I don't normally go on, but I'm definitely going to go on today. My name is Reverend Kiya Heartwood. My pronouns are she, they, and I want to welcome you here with us this morning. We're talking about our mission possible. And now we're going to sing the prelude, and Andrew will tell you what it is.
Number 290. Let's check 1, 2. Got to get real up in that mic. It's number 290 in your gray hymnal. Bring, O past your honor. And before we sing, I was just going to read a short excerpt from UU World. So this is something I didn't know about this hymn. If you look at verses 3 and 4, where it talks about frontier courage and pioneers in verse 4, this is actually a reference to the AUA and the UUA back in the 1940s to the 1970s. They had these lay-led fellowships that they created, and funded and sponsored across the U.S. These were small meetings of 10, maybe 15, religious theological liberals that were meeting to be free and to explore spiritualism and religion in a very universalist sense. So it's in that spirit that we talk about religiously pioneering a way forward. And with that, we'll sing number 290, Bring, O past your honor. I am on. And if you're not used to this song, the tune is from Holy, Holy, Holy. So if that helps you, then sing it that way. Bring, O past your honor. Bring, O time your harvest. Golden sheaves of our lives and minds by truth made free. Come, you faithful spirits, builders of this temple, to holiness, to love and liberty. Ring in glad thanksgiving, bell of grief and gladness, forth to town and pray, let our festal greeting go. Voices long departed, in your tones re-echo. Praise to the highest, please to all below. Shrine of frontier courage, sunlight of its vision, home and love of common quest for life's immortal good. Standing years uncoming, sentinel of conscience, us through the past your stalwart walls have stood. Church of pure reformers, pioneers undaunted, company of gods to keep the spirit free. Long your life's swift river, preach eternal God.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Brazos Valley, UUCBV, or Brazos UU for short. My name is Kat Wild. My pronouns are she, they. We are a welcoming congregation, which means that we celebrate and welcome all people across diversities of race, gender, sexual identity, age, ability, immigration status, and belief. We are also a congregation that is working toward reproductive justice. So whoever you are, wherever you have come from, and wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here.
Good morning again. Our call to worship this morning comes from the fabulous Texas poet Naomi Shihab Nye, who said, "These shriveled seeds we plant, corn kernel, dried bean, poke into loosened soul, cover over with measured fingertips. These t-shirts we fold into perfect white squares, these tortillas we slice and then fry to crisp strips, this rich egg scrambled in a gray clay bowl. This bed whose covers I straighten, smooth edges till blue quilt fits brown blankets and nothing hangs out. This envelope I address so the name bounces like a cloud in the center of sky. This page I type and retype. This table I dust till the scarred wood shines. This bundle of clothes I wash and hang and wash again. Like flags we share, a country so close, no one needs to name it. The days are nouns, touch them. The hands are churches that worship the world."
Now it is time to light our chalice. I'd like to invite Ashling up to light the chalice this morning. So please say our chalice lighting words with me on the screen. We light the chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, as a beacon of hope for all who seek justice, dignity, and compassion, and in celebration of the life of truth and meaning we share together. Now all please join me in saying our affirmation statement. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its gift. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
In the Unitarian Universalist tradition, we believe there is a spark of the divine in all the beings in the entire universe, including us. This is your great opportunity to get up and say howdy to all the other divine sparks in the room, especially ones that you don't know their names yet. Please say hello to people that are younger and older than you, especially if you don't know them yet. And those of y'all who are terrified of this, just look really mean and no one will bother you. And I will let you know when it's over. Go for it. Check. Check. Woo, that was good. We were just checking the sound, y'all. Things are a little unusual this morning. Can you all hear okay? Okay.
Hello. The most unusual of all is me, Allison. I use she, they pronouns, and I am the Director of Religious Education here at the church. Hi, Luca. Luca's coming on up. So every week, I am so lucky to get to tell you a wonderful story. I'm just waiting for Luca to... Oh. You almost made it. I believe in you. One day you'll make it. So, in this church, we have a lot of Braiding Sweetgrass fans. Raise your hand if you've read that book or love it. Did you know that Robin Wall Kimmerer has a new children's book? Ooh, It is called Bud Finds Her Gift. There once was a little child called Bud who was very good at noticing. She noticed the shapes of clouds, the smell of cookies baking, and even where Daddy had left his keys. That's a very useful noticing skill. And she noticed that everyone always had something important to do. Everyone but her. So she went to talk to Nokomis. Everyone is doing big, important things, Bud told her grandmother. I want to do something big and important too. Nokomis nodded. Come with me tomorrow morning, and we will do something very important indeed. Bud's heart soared. Soon she would do a big thing. But what could it be? I feel like I'm very loud. Okay. At sunrise, Bud and Nokomis walked uphill to stand beside a tall tree, almost as tall as Joey. A tall tree. Raising her arms in the new light, Nokomis said, "Good morning, morning. Thank you for the gift of this day. Thank you, birds and trees and dew and flowers. Thank you for all the gifts we are given." Bud watched and waited. Then she asked, "Will we do the important thing soon?" Nokomis laughed. "This is the important thing. Taking time for noticing and saying thank you for the gifts of the earth." "Gifts?" said Bud. "I don't see bags or boxes." "These gifts don't come in bags or boxes. They come from the earth. Look here." Nokomis showed Bud a strawberry. It was the sweetest thing Bud had ever tasted. "Is this one of the gifts, Nokomis?" "You are very good at noticing, my little Bud," Nokomis replied. "Now notice more. Notice with your eyes and ears and fingers and listen with your heart. Try it tomorrow and see what happens." The next morning, Bud stood by the same tall tree, noticing as hard as she could. Noticing with her eyes, she saw the colors of the sky. Noticing with her toes, she felt the dewy grass. Noticing with her ears, she heard a beautiful birdsong. And listening with her heart, she heard the birds sing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. I was given the gift of this song, so I share it with you all morning long. The music drifting from the treetop did feel like a gift. "Thank you, Robin," Bud said. Bud watched Robin pick at a bit of moss and carry it to a branch. Noticing with her eyes, she saw the moss growing, shiny and green. Noticing with her fingers, she found it was soft like cloth. Listening with her heart, she heard the moss chant. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. Being soft and green is what I do best, so I share with the birds to make a warm nest. You give gifts to birds, Bud said, and we all get to hear their songs. Thank you, Moss. Now, Robin was eating strawberries. Everyone likes berries, Bud thought. This is the funny part. Then, Robin pooped on the soil. I said poop at church. The little pile of poop, the little pile of poop made Bud laugh, but she noticed it was full of strawberry seeds Robin had just planted. Listening through her laughter, she heard the little poop trill. Everyone from the moment of birth is given a gift to share with the earth. Even bird poop is a gift for the berries, for the special delivery of seeds that it carries. Thank you, poop, she said, and giggled. Bud kept noticing. She noticed the soil holding the seeds and seeds growing up to make leaves. She noticed caterpillars eating the leaves, butterflies pollinating flowers, flowers becoming berries, and mushrooms turning everything back to the soil. Everyone played a part, giving gifts to one another all the time, each gift leading to the next. The more Bud noticed, the more thankful she became. Saying thank you for all these gifts was very important indeed, but was it enough? It was time to talk to Nokomis again. Did you find gifts? Nokomis asked. I saw birds and moss and butterflies, Bud said. They each have a gift to share. Even bird poop planted seeds. I want to be part of it too and give a gift as well. But I can't make nests or leaves or berries. Nokomis, what is my gift? Nokomis hugged her. Don't think of the things you can't do. Notice instead what you can do. Those are your gifts, my dear. Bud thought about Nokomis's words. She began to notice herself. Bud noticed her arms and her legs. She noticed her voice. Suddenly, Bud began to sing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. She picked up her shovel. I was given the gift of hands and knees, so I'll share with all by planting more trees. Bud noticed happiness growing inside of her. Bud kept singing. I was given the gift of my words to remind us to care for the bees and the birds. I was given the gift of my art, and I share it with you, so we'll all do our part. I was given the gift of seeing, so I share it with people to watch out for all beings. Bud called, Nokomis, I found my big, important thing to do. I have gifts to give too. Well done, my little Bud, Nokomis said. Now listen again with your heart. What do you hear? Bud listened. It was as if everyone, including Robin, the moss, and even the little poop, was singing. Everyone from the day of their birth was given a gift to share with the earth. You will know that your gift is true when you hear the earth be thankful for you. The end. I know that we all have really special gifts to share, and sometimes it feels like you don't know what your gift is, but I think if we notice things like Bud, we may be able to figure it out. Oh, well, it's our time. All right, if you're a younger you, please join me in the back, and will you all please sing us out with This Little Light of Mine?
This
Little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Now is the time in our service where we light candles. As you see our beautiful candelarias over here. If you're a new person, watch the other people. It's not hard, but this is a time where you can speak to the spirits if you want to speak to the spirits, and you can also just listen to your own heart. If you want to light a candle for all the amazing things we're doing here, or you want to say goodbye to any of the people that we've lost, this is a good time to do it. And we will let you know when it's over. I think there's going to be some music happening. All right. y'all give it up for Andrew. So I called this sermon Mission Possible because it is officially Stewardship Sunday. And this church to me is a mission possible. So we have to sing the theme. Dun 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 dun. Awesome. Kiya Heartwood said, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience." So let me tell you a couple stories today. First one I want to say is this congregation began in 1956 as the Unitarian Fellowship of College Station. In the 40s, there were a big movement of lay-led fellowships started all over the country, mostly in college towns, mostly right next to the colleges, because that's what they thought Unitarian Universal is, how limited their vision was. We don't think like that anymore. But that's how it started out. It was founded by faculty and community members with roots in Texas A&M's University Department of Oceanography and Meteorology, including Billy and Betty Thomas and Richard and Georgine Tarbell. Did you know we were organized as the 200th fellowship in the Unitarian Universalist Association? Something to be proud of. So at first, the members met at the campus YMCA and private homes, while the members slowly formed the traditions of Unitarian Universalists in the Brazos. In 1964, the fellowship was officially incorporated by the state of Texas and moved into the former church building constructed in 1956 at 305 Highway 6, now Wellborn Road, where we still park cars every year, and it is our biggest fundraiser of the year at home games. True. Yes. Thank you, people who had vision. Yes. So, during the 2010s, due to eminent domain and highway expansion by the Texas Department of Transportation, boo, hiss, okay, yes. The church was told they would be forced to vacate the Wellborn Road church and that it would be torn down. This was very stressful. Those of you all were here, can I get a witness? Okay. Members were notified many years in advance that this was coming, and they got to dread it for quite a while. About 7 years, it looks like. In the early 2017, they had to leave the building. And then after various ministers, I'm the 11th minister at this church, the 11th minister at this church. I am not going anywhere, by the way. During this period, after leaving the old property, ministers came and went, worship and community activities continued in rented spaces in Bryan, including our beloved Neal Recreation Center, where I started working when I came here, and Allison, when she became full-time staff, also worked. And online, particularly during the pandemic. But this church dreamed of building something that would last. The people who had vision in the fellowship, y'all, they are still here, and they made this place happen. And we should be thanking them all the time for that. The congregation actively raised funds, a capital campaign, and they sold the property and got enough money to build this amazing place and get the 4.5 acres that we are sit upon. And they had enough courage to move to a different town. Pretty good. All right. So Allison and I got here as staff in 2021. She was here before that. And many of you have joined since then. We moved into this building in January of 2024. We've been here 2 years now. We are now officially I am proud to say, solar-powered. Roughly 88.1% of our energy comes from solar, and Bryson is here, who helped us do that. Talk to Bryson if you want to go solar. We have built partnerships. We have reached out. People use our building for all kinds of amazing things. We have built programming. We have more programming than churches 3 and 4 times our size. Y'all, just to let you know. We are starting the Helping Hand Food Pantry on the 3rd Wednesday of this month. There is a way to sign up if you want to get more involved. We are going to give food away to blind students. And they desperately need it, even though their people think they don't, but they do. And we are partners with the food bank. We are officially partners with the food bank. And I know you all have seen the list of things you can donate to get involved. We definitely need volunteers, but it's 1 day a month. And it's a great way to help your neighbors out and to get to know some other people. So, yes, we're in the middle of doing a permaculture design for the entire property because the church building is not the church. The whole place is the church. We have partners. I don't know, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but those of y'all who were here Friday for Meg's Memorial, did you see how many people came that weren't a part of this church? Did you see how all our partners showed up? The people from the Pride Center showed up. The Trans Joy Project were here. Esther and all the people at Sweet Oak were here. There were people over here from Tiny Hope Village. There were people. We have reached out, and they know who their friends are. And they stood up for us, and we stand up for them. And that's how you build community. Can I get a witness? We gather in this beloved community, not just as watchers, we are part of something bigger than ourselves, something bigger than we can make by ourselves. None of us can do this by ourselves. We're a team. We're a community. We're a church in the good sense of the word, not the burn you in hell version. Today we explore stewardship not as a campaign, but as a calling that enlivens our hearts and aligns our gifts with our shared mission. This calling begins today with Liz and Carolyn. Will y'all stand up, please? They are running the stewardship campaign for this year. So if you want to help and get involved, Liz is out there working right now, like she always is. Okay, y'all, if you want to get more involved, ask them how you can help, because this is all our place. So there is no power, Margaret J. Wheatley says, there is no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. What do y'all care about? What do you care about? Be brave enough in these terrible, trying times to have a little hope and a vision for where you want the world to go, because that's how we get there. Somebody has to not go into despair. Somebody has to go, I don't care, I can't do a lot, but I can do something right in front of my face, and it will make things nicer for everyone. We can all be kind. We can buy people's coffee who are in line behind us. We can help out. If you've got $3 and somebody doesn't have any, you can give them $1. If you can, and if you can't, you can help them some other way, right? So today we're going to imagine all the things we can do in this church with the money. If we keep enough money in the operating fund that we can keep moving forward, y'all, we already need to build 2 classrooms. We have so many kids that we are busting at the seams, and we don't have enough room for them, and it's their church too. When most people hear stewardship, they think money, but stewardship, in the deepest sense, is the way we care for what we love. Let me say that again. Stewardship, in the deepest sense, in the sense I want you to hold on to and try to hang on to, is the idea that we are caring for what we love. What do you love? What do you want here to be remembered by? How do you want to spend your one precious life? That's what stewardship's about. That's what stewardship is. I don't care. You don't have any money? No problem. You can help do the dishes. I love doing the dishes. It's the most relaxing job in this church. We steward time when we show up. We steward talent when we offer our gifts. Look at that banner. That banner would not exist without Maggie. Maggie made that banner. And she had to put up with me saying, I want the sky the same color as the Texas sky. And she had to go find it. And she didn't go, oh, Kiya. And she could have, because, sometimes you got to do that. Oh, Kiya. All right. We steward our talents when we offer our gifts. We steward our treasure if we got some. It's not good to hold on too much. You all do what you want, but you'll be happier if you're helping people. Experiences, community, love, because love is all that matters. Now, my wife was properly partied. Where I come from in Oklahoma, a party is 3 days. So today is the 3rd day. And I haven't had any sleep for about a week and a half, and so I apologize for every word coming out of my mouth, but you all are good. Okay. Let me tell you another story. One evening, just as the sun dipped down behind the water tower in downtown Bryan, a traveling minister arrived with her DRE, and they were carrying nothing but a wooden spoon and a large cast iron pot. Right there in the lawn of the church, tucked between neighborhoods and oak trees, the traveler set the pot down and filled it with water from a garden hose. There lit a small fire beneath it in our beautiful fire circle. Eleanor and Anita started greeting people as they arrived. And the traveler announced, I'm making a stew for this community. People slowed their cars. They tried to find a spot to park. Neighbors paused on their evening walks. A stew, someone called out? With what? With possibility. They stirred the water as if it's already smelled done. Dia and Kat, backpack slung over one shoulder, stepped forward. I don't have much, they said, but I've got a sweet potato for the farmer's market. Perfect. In it went. Mary and Roger brought a handful of dried black-eyed peas. Meredith brought her tarot cards. Rob and Katie brought kolaches and donuts. Corinne and the Sage Co-op added tomatoes from their backyard gardens. Liz, who had just come from working the 211 United Way hotline, brought onions. A musician named Ken brought his guitar. Elliot brought his drums. Andrew his ukulele. Deidre brought her viola. Christy brought her violin. Emerald and Liam brought the Nerf swords, while Ryan and Jeff debated philosophy and D&D with Nicole. Aisling added a pinch of salt from their family's kitchen. Sage and Jimmy had the best shoes. The travelers stirred and stirred, and as the sun lowered and the cicadas sang, something shifted. Sarah and Stephanie learned each other's names, learned all the names of the people that came through the door. B and Chris set up the folding tables, and B took care of Dia's shift today as a tech, because she's awesome. Teddy brought latkes, Alice brought her empanadas. Bobby started telling stories about the old days in A&M and things that we can't talk about in church. And new dreams were for the growing town. Love and Joy Choir began to sing with Ivy and Molly singing lead, and Evan and Lucy ran the tech, and Nathan and Bryce laid all the paths and washed all the dishes. And when at last the stew was ladled into the bowls, it was rich and hearty and more than enough. This is the best stew we've had in years, said Carolyn and Joyce. The traveler smiled. It isn't my stew, it's yours. Not my stew, not Allison's stew, it's yours. It's actually ours, but believe me, we never forget whose church this is. It's your church. You can make it what you want. You just have to have the cojones to dream and risk being seen as naive and say what you want to do out loud and see if you can get some other people in the church to back you up, because we've got a great board and they make things happen. I don't know if you've noticed, we have money in the bank. We're going to keep getting money in the bank because people are going to take care of this thing because it's yours, and you're going to invest in what you believe in. What do you want us to do? We're here, let's do it. Let's not waste our one precious life. I want to tell you now how proud I am to be your minister. Friday night, those of y'all who were here, I got to show all the ministers around. There were 20-something ministers here from all over the country. And they walked around and they literally, their mouths were hanging over and they were taking pictures of everything we're doing. And they're like, how long have you been here? What did you all do? I said, yeah, they did this. Yeah, we did this. We did this. And they're so impressed. And Meg wants you to, I can tell you, if you heard Reverend Jake yesterday, Jake threw down. Aisha threw down too. Everybody threw down. Everybody showed up. Y'all, we got people all over the country rooting for us. We got friends, and we can get connected, and we can get everybody educated in the ways they want to, UUA-wise, Unitarian Universalist Association. If I say some letters you don't know, just say, Kiya, what does that mean? Because Unitarians were really bad about that. It's like our own little language. It's like talking to scientists. Yeah. Generosity binds us to our mission, transforming lives with welcome and justice. So, Kat, Allison and I bought you whistles so that if ice is on your street, you can start blowing it. We are not giving these to the kids. Thank you all so much. We were great hosts on Friday. We went down to Austin, and they tried. They did. We got 3 spiritual practices for stewardship: gratitude, courageous commitment. Will you say yes? Will you say yes when you can? And there's no shame in saying no if you can't. And if you need help, you come and see me and tell me so I can help you. Because we take care of our people, all of them, all the time. We are mutually supporting each other to fulfill our dreams and our spiritual growth. That's what we do here. It's like, why are y'all hanging out? How come you've got atheists and Buddhists and earth-based people? They don't call you that, but that's what they should call you. And then, what? I'm like, we're helping each other. We're helping each other get where we want to go. Each of us wants to go, but we're doing it together. We do that together. And the way we make that happen is stewardship. I know this is a long sermon, I'm sorry. Okay. It's a sacred thing we're doing. This is a sacred thing to do. When you lose somebody that you love, as much as I love Meg. I never feel like she's not with us, and I feel that she was properly partied. She loves that Queen of the Pie song. So she got to hear Jake sing Queen of the Pie. That was good. And she loved the way the choir sang, and I'm sure she loved the whole thing. But the main thing that Meg would want you to know, those of y'all who are mad at me that you did not know she was famous, that's not what's important about Meg. You all know her better than a lot of people who've read all her books. You all know the person who wants you to be yourself and delights in your selfhood. We are universalists. We believe that there's a spark of the divine in every being, and you will get there if you ain't there already. And that it's not for me to judge how you are, but you are unique and made in the Spirit of God. And those of y'all who don't believe in God, that's fine too. It's a free pulpit. Tell me you want to preach, and I will let you do it. Okay? We are doing it, y'all. We're doing it. This is one of the best churches. I'm so proud. I brag about you all the time, and everybody's like, yeah. They came to see, and they saw. And I got talked to a whole different way on Saturday. They're like, Reverend Kiya? I'm like, hell yes. The president of the UUK made it to Austin. It was difficult for her to travel. It was a really big deal. And she said that Meg was the bard of Unitarian Universalism. She also said that we were handling this with such grace. And so again, if I haven't thanked you, please take this as my thank you. I won't forget what we did. We have 3 birthdays today. Do we have more? Is there somebody I didn't buy a cake for? Assume all the cakes are for you. We have Chris has a birthday today, and Ivy has a birthday coming up. And I don't know, if my family would stand up, please, I would like to. This is Meg and Mindy and Aiden, and Lilia is still asleep. So Aiden's going to be staying with us for 4 months, so please make him welcome. He's also really good at tech, so he'll be back there working. And those of y'all who have been worried about me, ministers are not supposed to be taken care of by their congregation. My family has been taking really good care of me, but I appreciate all of y'all, and I appreciate everybody trying to take care of me. I'm hard to take care of. Yay. All right, well, y'all go ahead and sit down. Anyway, thank you again. Blessed be.
All righty, we are going to do another song. It's actually in your blue or teal hymnal. It's number 1028, The Fire of Commitment.
Once I get my ukulele on, then we will actually play it. So I want everyone to notice it says with joy and energy, and I really want to emphasize, once I move this mic from the feedback issue that I inadvertently caused. So we are going to sing with joy and energy. If you haven't heard it, it's a little bit different beat. So we're going to set the beat, and then we're going to start playing.
Sets our heart
assurance of the flame that burns within. Then our promise finds fulfillment, and our future can begin. From the stories of our living rings a strong, bold, brave, and free, calling pilgrims still to witness to the life of liberty. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live with deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment, and our future can begin. From the dreams of youthful vision comes a new prophetic voice, which demands a deeper justice built by our courageous choice. When the fire of commitment sets our mind and soul ablaze, when our hunger and our passion meet to call us on our way, when we live in deep assurance of the flame that burns within, then our promise finds fulfillment, and the future can begin.
Now let an offering be taken to sustain and strengthen this place, which is sacred to so many of us, a community of memory and of hope, for we are now the keepers of the dream. This church shares the proceeds of the offering plate donation every week to help support important nonprofit organizations with which we work. The 4 groups we voted to support with this year's donations are Brazos Valley Blessings, Brazos Interfaith Immigration Network, the Trans Joy Project, and Tiny Hope Village. We vote on this every May at our congregational meeting, so please be as generous as you can.
They want us afraid, they want us alone, they want us to stay tucked away in our homes, but we're holding tight and sharing the spark. It only takes one light to push back the dark. I've got your back, and I know you've got mine, and together we'll hold up the sky. If your sky is falling down, you know we will all come round. We'll build a heaven here in the middle of hell. And if you hear calling out, I hope you will follow the sound to someone who needs you near, some pain to dispel. There's nothing they fear as much as our joy, so let cheer and laughter and love be our ploy. Let us plant seeds and learn how to sow. If there's something you need, will you please let me know? Because I've got your back and I know you've got mine. And together we'll hold up the sky. If your sky is falling down, you know we will all come round. We'll build a heaven here in the middle of hell. And if you hear calling out, I hope you will follow the sound. You guys can sing with me if you want. Someone who needs you near, some pain to dispel. I know you're scared, just trying to get by. Gods know we have plenty of reasons to cry, but also to laugh, to see eye to eye. Come on, this is not how democracy dies. If your sky is falling down, you know we will all come round. We'll build a heaven here in the middle of hell. And if you hear calling out, I hope you will follow the sound to someone who needs you near, some pain to dispel. I've got your back, and I know you've got mine. And together we'll hold up the sky. Yeah, I've got your back, and I know you've got mine. And together we'll hold up the sky.
We give thanks for these gifts we have given, for those we receive, and for each other. May your generosity return to you tenfold. So we have some announcements today. So we have a new members class next Sunday at noon. So if you're interested in joining the church and becoming a new member, RSVP with Allison today. There will be childcare provided if you need that. And then also, as Reverend Kiya mentioned, we have a table in the Fred today for the food pantry sign up. So it'll be Joyce and Lucy, and they're looking for volunteers, as well as there's a list that'll show you what items you can donate, and you can also donate money as well instead of food if that's easier for you. So any of the three or all three: time, treasure, and food. Okay, thank you so much, guys. They said that's from Joyce. She appreciates all of you for that. And they'll be in the Fred right there by the usual where the donuts and stuff are. All right, it is time to extinguish our chalice. All righty, please join me in our words. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we gather together again. Remember the way of the wind, and breathe and blow. Remember the way of the fire, sparkle and glitter and glow. Remember the way of the water, ebb and flow. Remember the way of the earth and grow.
Go in peace.
I figured out what the problem was. I put that mic right on top of the monitor. But they figured it out.
That's how we find out.
Yep.
Very tough, great.
It was.
Also, that story you wrote about the Jew, that was amazing. That was
Just upside down. I was like, I just gonna keep singing. Stop playing. It's your
Right,
record.
and kinda-
Hands.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep singing.
I didn't, because I didn't know what it was, so I was just gonna like